EA Sports. It's in the game.
Held by Cesar.
2 seconds, 1 second for the win!
Away. Bang! Shut off! Oh my God! Hurry, way downtown. Bang!
Where are the first better? Is it a matter of height? Is it a matter of luck?
15 fourth quarter points by Kawhi Leonard.
Well, no. It's physics. Hi, I'm Professor Dominic Axel Eration. And today I'm gonna help this poor guy that doesn't know how to shoot a basketball. At the end of today, he will be the best player of all time. Let's begin. Just a little cultural fact. The man that created the game of basketball, James Naismith, back in 1891, was, among other things, a physician. So, first up, the shot. Before doing any movement, you must acknowledge the forces that are acting upon you. You have force of gravity, a normal force, just by standing there. You're also encountering the force of friction and its coefficient. That's why coach makes a lot of emphasis on buying new sneakers. Then, there is the force applied upon the ground, which is going to elevate you and give you some vertical momentum for your shot. Here, he's applying the force in the ground, but he is not jumping. This fact makes the scoring efficiency to be lower, since he's not taking advantage of the potential vertical momentum he could reach. There's a lot of difference between his jump and mine. He has acknowledged the last fact, and even though it isn't a big leap, the odds of scoring the basket increase. Now, let's analyze the technique. Your shooting arm must have an angle about 35 and 55 degrees. Experts say 45 degrees is ideal. We have to acknowledge, first of all, the place in which you're putting the arm, and then the trajectory you give to the ball. Those are two different types of angles, but they both must be released between 45 degrees, so the ball can reach its maximum height and enter the basket without any problem. Here, when he gathers the ball, he's not taking it to the top of his head. He is just throwing it. If you do as I say, the parabolic trajectory the ball takes will increase your efficiency. If you do as he is doing, you're going to hit the bottom of the arc every single time. Let's analyze the trajectory of the ball, also known as projectile motion. When you release the ball, the initial velocity is 0, and projectile motion starts. There is needed both horizontal and vertical velocity, so the ball is able to reach its target. See the difference? In my shot, the ball even disappeared from the camera because of the upper angle I took. It may seem unimportant, but the fact that the ball must spin backwards is key for the success. This is called Magnus force. Magnus force is known to be a result of Newton's third law of motion. It is the equal and opposite force the air exerts on the ball as a reaction to the force the ball imposes on the air. Obviously, the Magnus force in basketball is different from here, but that's the difference between letting the ball go down without any movement and if you spin it. There are different types of releases. None is better than the others, but there are some that are easier. For example, it is more efficient and easier to shoot the ball before or at your vertical apex than if you are already going down, because if you do so, you must apply a greater vertical force to the ball. Here, as an example for you to notice, I put some of the different releases that are from the NBA. Second and last, but not least, the layup. It may seem as the simplest part of the game, but it has a certain degree of difficulty. When the player comes running, he's changing speed, and that's what we call acceleration. In this case, the coefficient of friction, either because of the shoes or because of the surface you're playing in, they can make you go faster or slower. There is a moment in which you have to stop bouncing the ball. You give 2 steps and then apply the most force you can so you can elevate as high as possible. The gain of vertical momentum is very important. Opposite to the jump shot, here, the best moment to shoot the ball is when you reach your vertical apex, because it means you're closer to the rim, which reduces the margin of error. But this will all go to the trash if you do not consider the force you apply to the ball. Even though you are accelerating, you must not allow the ball to move at the same speed as you, because if so, the ball will bounce hard from the backboard and you'll miss the shot by a wide margin. Instead, the ball must be delicately released, pointing into the magic square at the rim and securing the 2 points for your team. Now he challenged me for a small game, but, well, it didn't end so well for me. After doing this video, I will recommend some things to other players or even to myself. First of all, make your movements consciously. We most of the times shoot the ball and expect it to fall in the basket, but we must acknowledge what we are doing, and I am sure we will do it better. Second, I believe that instead of playing one against one all the time, we should spend more time analyzing other aspects of the game, that at the end of the day will help us more than just playing. Third, the shooting technique. When I started playing, no one corrected me, so I spent nearly 2 years shooting with 2 hands. So, for the players that are starting, first dominate this aspect before doing anything else. And last, the vertical jump. This is an aspect I believe makes the difference because no matter what your height is, if you develop this skill, you can be unstoppable.
My conclusion for this lab report is that if you want to improve your shot, there are a lot of variables. For example, the angle that your arms take, and also the jump that you do. For example, if you jump too late or jump too early and shoot, it's going to be harder to get the ball inside the basket. So my recommendation is that if you want to improve, you have to improve your jump. Thank you.